Sun Princess is one of the biggest and busiest princess ships yet. But after spending time on board, I found myself returning to certain places over and over again. Some were quiet escapes, others had beautiful wake views, and a few simply helped me slow down and enjoy the cruise experience in a calmer way. Hi, welcome back to Bon Voyage Cruise and Travel. It's Bonnie, and after more than 56 cruises and traveled to 78 countries, I've learned that even on a large ship carrying thousands of people, there are still ways to create a more peaceful and relaxing cruise experience. Today, I'm sharing my favorite places on Sun Princess to relax, escape the crowds, and enjoy the ship in a way that felt comfortable and enjoyable for me. So we got the sunrise. I'm standing on top of the whirlpool ladder. You can see the line here. So I'm above that this way. Early mornings ended up being my favorite time on board. Before most people were awake, the ship felt completely different. On a ship this large, I actually found myself looking for places where I could slow down a little and simply enjoy the views. It is 7 a.m. on a port day, and we overnighted, and I think people are sleeping or eating breakfast, but look at the sky. It looks so cool from this perspective, the way it's set up here. I mean, we've had a captain's party here, and there's all kinds of chairs, really nice lounge chairs to sit on. Not that many people here right now. It's just so pretty. And then there's tables up here, and you've got your waterfall behind you. It's really nice. Ship. I do really enjoy this particular place. It's like I'm in a planetarium when you're looking at the sky like this, and the way it's kind of really very scenic. We have beautiful mountains. There's a cross on the very top of that mountain. So it's really pretty. And then the chairs are so nice and thick. The wicker. But it's super hard to get a spot in here during the daytime. That right straight ahead, the blue, that's a pool. And on the other end is an open-aired area to sit in. So I do really like this for that reason. So I thought I'll just take a walk. And I never really knew what this was. It's a restaurant. It looks really pretty. It's kind of like modern, I don't know, modern art flair up at the location. Like the amazing view that I don't know that you'd ever see unless you come to the Love restaurant. I happened to discover this morning. It's on deck 17 aft, and I'm looking down, and this is deck 8, all the way down. It has 2 hot tubs and an infinity pool, and people lay out here in the daytime. There is a bar behind this direction. The buffet is right above it. There's a great place to sit out here. I love that in the morning, the views, but this is an incredible view, honestly. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't have a balcony, so I really can appreciate this. This is so beautiful. Looking down here, one of my favorite spots for sure. There's another patio on the other side. Oh, it's the sunrise. My goodness. So good morning. Morning from Tenerife. It's beautiful here. What I did appreciate most was that there were still places on board where you could hear the ocean, relax, and not feel overwhelmed by crowds. And the jogging track is right up there. It's my favorite thing to do early in the morning. There's not that many people here. People are dressed in sweatshirts and longer sleeves. It's not lay out in the sun weather. It's getting blustery for sure. That's the type of weather we're talking about.
And game shows. The shops are open and the casino is ready for you.
Some of my favorite spaces aren't the busiest places on the ship at all. I realized pretty quickly that I enjoy the ship differently depending on the time of day. So one of my favorite things to do when the weather's nice and it's not too windy is to just relax and enjoy the beautiful view. And there's no one here. Instead of staying in the busiest pool areas all day, I naturally started gravitating toward quieter corners of the ship. We have the vans here, and then 17 is the pool. I like how they have indoor and outdoor seating, and there's lots of shade spots because there's a lot of people that don't like sitting in the sun. You're not going to find slides and water activities like that here. It's not dedicated to kids. It's more an adult setup. Our weather was a little windy and cooler, so I found plenty of availability for seating at the pool. It was fun to sit in a lounge chair and watch a movie and relax. And I like the chairs that are in the water. There's tables. Temperatures mostly between the 50s and the 60s. I definitely noticed myself looking for warmer, more sheltered areas inside, but it was nice to sit outside at the pool. Plenty of seating available. There were some good food options as well. Delicious pizza, tacos, and salads. What I like about this particular section is you have the Lido tacos. The only water station that I found is over here. And there's some more, a grill over there. One area that did really surprise me was the dome because it's so forward. I think some people may not even realize how much space is up there. I really enjoyed the layout, the chairs, the way the lounges looked, the cushions. The only problem was that it wasn't completely enclosed, so on a windy day you could still feel the wind, but it was really a beautiful area to relax. So this was a surprise. I'm happy I discovered this. This is definitely a plus for this. To see what they've done here is pretty innovative. It's interesting. It's a good idea, and it's just beautiful. It does really remind me a lot of the Solarium Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. Just a little different, but it's 18 and older over here. So you'll find some lectures, stretch labs, various activities happening at the dome, including the captain's cocktail party. I believe this is a Port Cough stretch lab, and it is enclosed. So this is probably where you want to be, and this is why it's 100% full. The Cascade Bar in the daytime. After spending time outside in the wind and cooler temperatures, I naturally started gravitating towards some of the cozier indoor spots. This is definitely, it gets really busy in the daytime. But me, being the dedicated person I am, I'm up early to show you what this looks like. This is the perspective. This is the Wheelhouse bar in the daytime. It's right across from the Crown Grill. It's a little smaller, I think, than the Wheelhouse bar on the regular Princess ship, but at night it's very busy. Board games at the Crown Grill. Sun Princess was nice and open and spacious.
Do you want a coffee here?
Yes.
One thing I did really enjoy on this ship was how many places there were to simply sit for a while and enjoy the atmosphere. What I like about this, you see how the seating is? So it's almost like theater seating. And they have that on 9, 8. You can look down all the way to 7. This is kind of like where a lot of things happen. And you can put your drinks here and just watch. And entertainment with music. They have dance classes. We're doing line dancing next at noon. Games and trivia and just fun stuff that people can just get involved in. Coffee place here. On sea days, some of the most popular areas on board could get quite busy. And during special events in the Piazza, it was not unusual to find every seat occupied. That also was part of what made this ship interesting. While certain spaces drew large crowds, there were still plenty of quieter places to enjoy throughout the day. With temperatures mostly between the 50s and the 60s, I definitely noticed myself looking for warmer, less crowded, but more sheltered areas throughout the day. And I found myself always returning back to the Americana diner. It seemed to always have some open space. It was the warmest area for the buffet section, and I just really enjoyed the view. This is my favorite area to sit in, Americana diner. It faces the wake, and you can see the infinity pool there, but I still like the view because it's the same view as outside. But inside it's so much warmer. So they have the water out, pencils right here, some rice pudding, and some fruit. I like this area because it's warmer, softer lights, a better view. It's 59 or so degrees outside. So this along the window, I usually like it maybe over there more, but anything along the window here, the next room or the next room. It's really comfortable. I think if you veer left instead of right, you'll find more open space. So this is one of my favorite spots. And here you can sit out. It's really nice. The Americana diner outside deck. I enjoyed the Promenade Grill and the Promenade Slice, the areas right outside of Americana Diner, because they were the least crowded and I could usually find a place to sit because the buffets could be very busy during lunchtime. This is just day 2 for me and I've been here twice. I also like that they have actual tables you can sit out at. It's not just a couple chairs with a low table. So if I need to do computer work or whatever, it's open here for me. So I'm really enjoying that. I believe this is on the port side. It's not port side, it's the starboard side. Because we're going that direction and it's on the right. A little lesson in nautical, what's on what side. I started noticing where I naturally gravitated throughout the day. As much as I enjoyed activities on board, I also found myself looking at quieter places just to recharge. Favorite spot, starboard side, deck 18. Right by this thing. There's nobody here, ever. Protected by the wind, so it's kind of nice. It's perfect. Typically, my morning starts with a stretch class, followed by breakfast, and then I have a AM dance class, and then another break, and then there's probably line dancing, and then after that I kind of just relax. I don't understand. I guess there's water in these particular things that make it look like a waterfall, but it's not. It looks like it's recycled water. One place I kept returning to was the theater. Even on a large ship, it felt surprisingly intimate. The seating brings you close to the stage. Productions made great use of the space, and I loved how interactive the shows were. On one evening, they had people dance on the dance floor below them, and that was fun to watch. It made it more personal and entertaining. And as a side note, there was one other thing that I found that was very practical and it really came in handy. Every floor has a laundromat, so you can have a washer and a dryer and an iron on board your floor. The only problem is they're very popular. You just need to use your medallion and you scan your medallion on the washing machine and then it will charge you, I think it's $3 or $4 for a wash. Same with the drying. But I brought some lightweight sheets that are laundry detergent. You might want to think about purchasing something like that on Amazon. You'll save yourself a few dollars. Well, I did manage to get a washing machine, which was great on my floor 12. And I went back for a dryer. One of the dryers is broken and the other one is occupied, and I don't know how it could be occupied because there was no one doing wash on my floor. So what's happened is people are coming from other floors in search of a washer or a dryer. I ended up having to go all the way to 6. This is like a little subculture problem within the ship. But I was able to find something. Just be patient. Either, I would say, do it super early in the morning or super late at night. For me, spending 2 weeks aboard Sun Princess became less about trying to see and do everything and more about finding my own rhythm. I discovered places I kept returning to, learned where I felt most comfortable, and realized I didn't need to do everything to enjoy the ship. Whether it was a quiet sunrise, a sheltered spot with a view, an afternoon by the wake, or an evening show, I found my own pace and enjoyed the experience on my own terms. And at the end of the day, the ocean was still my favorite attraction. I do have a playlist on the Sun Princess with some videos on all that it has to offer, so you can check that out here. It has been my pleasure showing you the features that I enjoyed on Sun Princess. If you have found this helpful, enjoyable, or you've learned something, please make sure you give that a thumbs up. If you are interested in cruise tours, and travel information, I have lots of videos on my channel. I'd love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Happy cruising, and until next time.